Okay. Selectmen's meeting March 12th, 2024, 7 p.m. Before we start, I'm going to talk to you guys a minute. This will be my last year. I'm not going to run for re-election next year. Just want you to know that. And, you guys, I think you guys all have your hearts and minds in the right place for the town of Anson. Just want you to know that too. I've had selectmen, we've had selectmen that didn't, but you guys all have your hearts and heads in the right place. Hopefully whoever replaces me does the same. So, I know it's, a year away, but just want you to know that. And I do it because I'm sensitive to people hanging around too long. And not moving out of the way for someone else.
You've only been doing it for 30 years, come on.
Probably these people say that 30 years too long. Just want you to know that. Be proud to be a chairman again for next year. So the first item is election of officers.
Well, before we go there, Town of Anson have a huge loss because we've depended on you for a long time on this board.
I'm not going anywhere.
No, well, I understand that.
I'm not going to change my phone number.
Well, no, but you're still not in this position. So it's just,
He's gonna shut it off.
I would.
Might not answer.
Good.
Yes. I do have another question. Will you help us transition to get a chair in place? Please?
I'm not going anywhere.
I know, but we have a year, so,
Yeah, sure.
okay?
You've all watched me for a few years.
Exactly. Oh, man.
Election of officers.
I make a motion to keep Arthurs as chair.
Second. Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 401.
So this year we learn everything on how. Just joking. Okay.
We need a vice chair.
I nominate Mr. Smith for vice chair.
I second it.
Yep.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 401. Thank you. Number 2 is the minutes of the February 27th, 2024 annual town meeting and the minutes of March 2nd, 2024 meeting.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of February 27th, 2024. Can I do both at the same time?
Sure.
And the annual town meeting minutes of March 2nd, 2024.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Number 3 is the warrants.
Make a motion to sign the warrants.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Department heads. Chief?
Bunch of little things going on. Friday was a busy night for everybody here in town. We, actually all over in town that we helped cover. There's quite a few car accidents. We went to a pretty good one up in Emden. And later on that night, there was another one in Emden. Madison helped responders to that we had to extract somebody out. Otherwise than that, everything went quite well. In the process of 81 coming back to the fire station, due to the roads being kind of rough on the main drag, the generator in one of the back compartments had wiggled around, and one of our wires that run from the generator that electric starts it showed it out on one of the doors and caught the wiring on fire, and also in the process of came back into the fire station, it also broke some of the air lines, so, that's all fixed, that got fixed today, so that's back online again. Minor, but could have been really bad, but all fixed and good.
And 81 is which truck?
That's the one we got from, Byfield,
Okay.
the one we paid $1 for, so. But still going strong. We did get the rims in for 84. Lance is gonna paint those red. They picked up some paint this week also, because right now they're bright enamel white, so we're gonna paint those to match the truck. Lance is gonna do that for us. Talked to Jeremy today. He got a phone call saying the new truck is ready for final inspection on the 21st, which is, I believe, March, is Thursday. So we're gonna go down, and do a final inspection on that, and that will probably be coming home sooner than we realize. So I just mentioned it to Tammy, we'll figure some other stuff out when it comes, because I know I talked to Dave from Five Guys about either our department driving it back, but they like to have somebody from their entity drive it up just in case something malfunction-wise, mechanically, with one of them in it than one of our people in it. When we talked to them, when we first talked about purchasing it, it was gonna cost us to have somebody drive it up here, so that's something that we need to hash out with them and try to get that figured out. Otherwise than that, I was just talking to Tammy, and we know budget figure wise, it's gonna be tight this year, fire department wise as well, because with the storms that we had in December, I believe, I had Jeremy print me out some numbers here. Just on the storms on December 18th and the 20th, we were dispatched for 911 calls of 38 calls. So that's brought up our call volume quite a bit in our man hours that we're gonna pay out, so we're gonna keep pretty tight track of that all the way through the year. We've also had to do some purchasing for the new truck for some tools and tool holders, because the stuff that's coming off the old truck, because it's a tanker, doesn't have that type of stuff on it, so we're gonna purchase some of that stuff. There's gonna be some, high-tech, not super expensive stuff, but something that we're just trying to get by with, to put tools on it, to get it equipped to go, so. Otherwise than that, we had a meeting last night, had a pretty good turnout, lasted until about 8 o'clock. We got most of our annual BLS training all up to date. I think this coming Monday, this month, we're gonna be doing our SCBA refresher, get everybody up to speed on that, and I believe the end of this last weekend of March, we're also gonna be doing some forest fire training that Solon's gonna be putting on through the Maine State Forest Service, so hopefully some of our newbies that we got is gonna be getting enrolled in that, so we'll be ready for spring fires, which I think is gonna be coming sooner than later. So. Otherwise than that, that's all I got.
Any questions?
Do we know if Five Guys, is it Four Guys?
4 guys, yeah, sorry.
4 Guys. 5 Guys, restaurant. Are they paying for the trips of the inspections? Because I know,
I don't know.
Jeremy said they were the first one.
Yeah, Jeremy got an email, and he got a phone call, so he was on his way into work, and
Okay.
we said he'd come down, and we'll talk together, see what's actually gonna portray, so
Okay.
we'll get all on the same page with that, so we're not getting hit with something hindsight for a bill or whatever, so. I hope they would help pay for the costs, and where the contract.
Well, he told me they were, that's why that's what I just.
We'll talk to him.
Okay, thank you. Artie?
Well, dirt roads, just like the Iron Spring, the little soft. I fixed 4 of them today with stone, them stiffened up, so traffic's gonna be able to get over them all right. I haven't been able to get out, really grade them, because it goes from 50 to 20, and things get froze up before I can get there, so hopefully this week here, I'll be able to get out in the afternoon and start scuffing them over some to get the potholes filled in. The grader that's still down, parts haven't come in for it. Tomorrow we gotta take the head to Bangor, because we gotta get that planed. And the parts is gonna be 7 to 10 days before they got here, and we haven't heard anything, so it should be the end of this week, middle of next week, they should be here, but Spooners haven't heard anything on it, so they're gonna try to get that head in this week, before the end of the week, get it planed, so that'll be all set and ready to go. The 1 ton, why, we've been using that, rock breaking on the road some too, and we blowed 2 power steering hoses, and the transmission started slipping in that yesterday, so. We're not gonna take, I ain't gonna use it any more than I have to, just so I can get by with it until. I tried getting hold of Jack today, see about the new truck, but he had to be busy because he didn't call me back, so he usually gets right back to me. That, working on FEMA stuff, everything else is going okay.
Are we paying excessive amounts of repair on like grader a year?
Well, last year it was around 20,000. I haven't got the exact numbers, but I can have it for the next meeting. Every spring it seems to be breaking down. I mean, the first time was the head gasket, and then we had to do it again, and then we did the transmission, then it was the drive shaft come undone, and then we had trouble with the chain in the rear end, and now it's the head gasket again, so. It is a 2005, it's almost 20 years old. To replace it with a used one, it's around between 250 and 300,000 probably.
What about a lease like we do with some of the other equipment?
I can check into that to see, there ain't too many places that lease them, but I'll check. I know probably Case and Jordan Milton, Caterpillar, and John Deere, those are probably the only 3 that'll go with lease, but.
I mean, with the amount of money we're putting into it.
Yep. Yeah,
At
because
least everything's breaking down.
every time I need it, I have to go use the bucket loader.
Right. And now your other equipment is breaking down because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, because we use my truck in the 1 ton to plow all the dirt roads this last storm because it's too soft to get on the regular trucks, so.
These guys over here at the college will kind of read this and go work for a while.
Who's that?
Frank Martin.
No, I checked with them, they're not into selling graders yet. We have got the new loader, we got that. I guess that's all I got. Everything else, all right. Yep.
Yeah, Arnie, what's the situation with the pumps? Any progress with that?
We're back on electricity, and we had one that went down last Wednesday because it was lacking a washer when they put it back together. So they took it down and got it back, so we had it back in Friday. They're working on electricity. We got the temporary panel in there because they still haven't got everything we need for the permanent one. But they're working on the alarms and whatnot. We just can't keep track of the hours and that because there's no hour meter on it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Eddie. Kenny?
Regarding the loader, Contard Trust Company, who you lease through, needs to have you guys vote on it with this verbiage. Do you want me to just read it? Okay. Whoever makes the motion to allow the town of Anson to borrow from Contard Trust Company a loan in the amount of $80,000 for 3 years at a fixed rate of 2.72 for the purchase of a 2023 Hitachi wheel loader, model ZW180-6, serial number AKR72108, with bucket set AKR70948. Also, this motion gives Susan McCarthy, chairman, and Craig Staples and the town clerk permission to sign any required documents on the town, and then you need a second. So that's how the motion needs to be. So you can say what Tammy just read.
What was the last,
No, you
the
go
last,
ahead.
giving somebody,
Gives permission for Susan McCarthy and Craig Staples, who are from the lease company, and myself, to sign the documents to go into the lease documents.
and yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, town clerk.
Cool, okay.
Make a motion to, as Tammy read.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor? 5-0.
Okay, I have a deed. We have foreclosed on this property and the property is being sold. So the closing company that is selling it has done up a quick claim deed for you guys to sign. And we're getting all our taxes, back taxes, plus this year's taxes too. And it is for 2 properties. And with the new tax laws on the books, I would recommend doing this so you can get your tax money, and that's not sitting there. So I would recommend signing the deed for Scott Hannon.
Motion to sign deed.
Make a motion to sign the deed on Scott Hannon.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion?
And where's his property?
Up off from Hall Street, the big house way in the back. It's a big farmhouse. Jana Biles used to own it, Jana Pease.
Okay. Yeah.
All those in favor? 5-0.
Does that mean people that are in there are in there now?
Yep. Yes, they are.
Okay.
At town meeting, we had, somebody had brought up about the CMP line at the fountain. So I did some research because they were questioning how much we were paying. We're paying just the minimum for it to be on. I mean, I can certainly go have it shut off, but it sounds like they charge me a fee to turn it back on.
Right.
So like the 225 or 275 is just the bare minimum for it being on for the year, whether you use it or not. So I don't know, you want me to go through and, they asked if we could save on it. I don't know if you guys want me to go through and shut it off and then if they need it, turn it back on, or how you want to
I
do it.
don't know what it costs to turn one back on, but
Yeah.
Did they mention something about a cord having to be replaced?
No, that's on the fountain itself.
Oh,
This is just a plug-in.
So are we gonna use it?
If they fix the fountain,
Are we gonna fix the fountain?
we don't really own the fountain.
Who owns the fountain?
I really never got a straight answer on that. Peter Dow has always put it in, it was really never anything that the town owned. So he actually always kind of just took care of it and put it in, and has kind of repaired it, but I think he's kind of had it with it a little bit.
So
So,
we own the pond,
half of them, yeah.
and we've been paying electricity to a fountain that we don't own.
Mhm.
Let's just shut it off.
Well, I was just gonna say that same thing.
If
But
it's
they-
already
but they-
used, I mean, if we don't own the fountain,
But they like the fountain up there,
who likes the fountain up there?
your residents.
Do?
I don't usually go that way.
So that means do we have to inherit the fountain in order to make it work, in order for us to be paying for the power to be on, to make it worthwhile?
What
I
happened?
just researched this.
What
I
happened,
Well,
what
it's
happened to the phone do we own?
the front.
Is the fountain on what we own?
Yeah. When I say the front half, we own the land on the front half. And then you have other residents that own land read that.
Isn't that kind of a sketchy area though, if the town's paying monies to maintain somebody else's equipment?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we don't maintain it. That's what I'm trying to say.
So
We've
we
never
don't-
maintained it.
But
long
we're
has it been
spending
down?
money on electricity.
Was it up last year?
No,
No, the year before it was up.
so it's been down a year.
It didn't go in last summer, I guess, yeah. And it did go in the year of COVID, I remember that.
It's been a while.
So that's
So it's been-
$500 that we're paying on a dead
Coming
horse.
into town is a little pond right there on your top left.
Can you
Right.
see who owns
Pretty
the
close
fund
to
and
it.
see if they're willing to give
Don't need
it
it.
to the town?
Okay.
Sometimes, I mean, they're paying on a dead horse right now.
We
The
could
land
fix
that goes
it.
down.
Okay.
If
They don't want to donate it to us, then we can cut it up.
Yeah,
I'm
anyway.
gonna put some gravel in there.
See, we beat you here.
That's it for the-
So I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention, because that was going on. Sorry. Right, I'm gonna go over all these with you guys. This is your financials that were brought up at the town meeting, so I just wanna, I guess, give you guys my accounting 101, I guess is how I'll do it, to answer all their questions. Sometimes it's hard to answer questions at a meeting. I will say your treasurer's report has been changed over the last couple of years due to different personnel and different, in your bookkeeper's positions. So if you go to the first page, I've redone your treasurer's report. If you go to this page up here and it's highlighted, it's 2022. And this one is 2023. So I'm just gonna give you a brief accounting class, I guess, on this piece of it, so we can all just see it together. So if you look on your treasurer's report, your top line I highlighted, that was your ending balance of 2022 brought into 2023. So the 1.527, 180, 163. Throughout 2023, you're gonna see there's an amount for your debit and an amount for your credit. So you're gonna add your debit to it, subtract your credit, and I know it seems backwards, but that's what it is in municipality rules. That's why I put a little plus and a minus, because people may do it the opposite way. And that leaves your remaining balance of 1.506852235. If you go to your general ledger for 2023, you're gonna see your checking account, the first one I highlighted, that's what you ended your year with, right to the penny. So at town meeting, when they did this, what they didn't do, or what they took out a couple years ago in your treasury report, were the ins and outs.
What's the what?
The ins and outs, your debits and your credits. So it really was just telling you your balance. And people were getting confused that this amount came out, and I understand that they couldn't see it, so I'm trying to make it very clear for you guys. The next one, if you go down to your money market, you're gonna see on your 2022, you ended with the 1,235,606.2.55. That's what you started with. You're gonna see your ins, you're gonna see your outs on your treasurer's report, and if you go to your 23, it ended with 1,135,879.16, so you're right to the penny. You guys seen it?
Yep.
Your fire money market, you're gonna see for 2023, it starts with 207,461.02. We did not do any transactions in that account this year because I knew we were having a new auditor and a new bookkeeper. So I didn't do any. That number is not, your 207,555.96 is not gonna be your beginning balance next year. So that's what I was trying to explain at town meeting. Your auditor is gonna come in and do some adjustments to that account. Because, perfect example, we take the Emden money in. The Emden money comes in, it goes into your general fund. It is then gonna be moved from the general fund into this account. Okay? You're also gonna see, we raised $5,000 in 2023 for your SBA tanks. That's actually gonna go into that account. And then you're also gonna take some, to pay for your full-time firefighters out of that account. So you're gonna have some adjustments to that account. So I just wanna be clear, just because they're looking at this, that number is gonna change after your auditors have done that adjustment. So I just trying to make that clear. It doesn't, just because it ended in that, doesn't mean it's actually always gonna begin in that. And then if you go to the next page, and I'm just hitting your checking accounts is what I'm doing. Your sewer checking account on the treasurer's report, if you go to your 2022, I think I highlighted them, it's on page 3 of your GL of 2022. You started with $30,404.40. And what they were looking at town meeting, it just didn't have the debits and credits in and out, but it had the ending balance of 11,35591. So if you go over onto your 2023, you're gonna see that matches the 10. If you go to your sewer money market, you're gonna show down here, it had 33,140.33 on your 2022. You're gonna see your ins and outs. And then you ended with 30,156.22 to end your 2023 on the GL. Same with your sewer capital reserve. You started with it, that's on the next page on 2022. You started with 13,811.09 plus your interest, because nothing really went in and out of that. And you ended with 13,818. You good? So I just wanted to make clear, because there was kind of some innuendos that maybe I might have missed something, or something's not quite right. Your books are to the pennies. Is there adjustments that the auditors are gonna make? Yes. These accounts, I don't expect them to look like this next year. I think you're gonna have more accounts from the auditors, so you're gonna probably see even more on the treasurer's report. But I just wanted to give this stuff to you so you guys had it. I would say I would not hand these out to people that has town account numbers on them. So if somebody wants some numbers, they can come to me and I'll print them off for them. But please do not hand these out. They do have, they don't have some of their account numbers on them. And that is my accounting.
So what about the $80,000 grant?
The 80,000 is into, it's into those bridges and stuff.
What?
It is, and that's all accountable too. Yep. So I just wanted to update you. I don't know if you guys have any questions on any of that. No?
Great job.
Okay, so the next thing is FEMA, and I say this every meeting, is driving me absolutely bonkers. Already spent 5 hours on Sunday, only because I called them on the day off, to go get more GPSs, because all the GPS coordinates that we had needed to have 5 decimals behind the first one.
I tried to fix it,
So-
so you wouldn't get bugged while you was away, but
So, already did go do that, and you're gonna have to do it on all the other ones, just to let you know. And we are still missing one, Hilton Hill, I don't know. But the good news is one project's passed to get to the payment piece. Finally, this one that we're working on is almost there. I think we just need that last ordinance. They did have me call DEP, they did have me call, what is it, US Army Corps?
Army Corps, yep.
And FEMA told me it would take me probably a month to get a response. Lo and behold, those little nice people responded both the same day and already gave me written reports, which is great news for us, because then that's gonna push that project through quicker. And that's one of your bigger projects on all the roads. So once we get that one put through, we've been working on Madison Street, which those permits are also on that, and what's the other one? Oh, Brian Blues. So once we get that piece done, I think that one will go through, even though it hasn't been done yet, they're approving it. We have to jump through hoops to make sure we can even start the project. So I'm hoping that one will go through. We are working on May storms on Thursday. And we'll see what we push through. To give you a little bit on that, they create projects for each storm. So we could have, I don't even know, that last December storm, I think I had, what, 6 projects on that one? This one right now, the May one, I think I have 3 gonna happen. And we gotta go project by project. So once we get the projects done, it kicks off to the next level, and then that's when they call and say, we don't give them the right info, and they make us go back out and do something different. So I'm gonna try to get those done, I'm hoping by the end of March, because I want that money coming in. So we'll see how quick we can get that piece done. And then they're already hitting me up for December 18th storm right now. So I gotta do that inventory list on that too, which is gonna include Stacy's firefighters. So I have all that, we'll put that in, but what they did tell me, if it wasn't overtime, they don't always pay it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what I can claim. But I do know the May storm is, I had the grader in on the May storm for the transmission,
Yep.
right? Is that what's going ahead?
They told us that we should put it in.
So we put it in, so we might get reimbursed on that too, which was 22,000. So it's just a lot of paperwork putting in, and then we'll see what we get from that.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
No, I'm not gonna tell you why. I will say TD from Texas is an incredible project manager compared to what we had. But if I'm not on the phone with him 3 or 4 times a day, and when you're on the phone with him, you're on the phone with
He
him.
can take a 5-minute conversation, make it last almost an hour.
Yes. So,
Instead of getting to the point, he goes around Robbins and back.
and he has that Texas draw that we're gonna, you're on the phone for a while. So,
And Tammy, was this the first project that last year?
December 22 is what I'm
Oh,
kicking off right now.
yeah,
I'm gonna go for May. I'm hoping to have May's out the door by the end of March.
okay.
And then Madison Street, if there's any luck, but they look like they're happy with Madison Street as of today, which is
That's awesome.
really good news for the town.
So that could happen before the other 2.
Oh, yeah. It's ready to kick to the next stage. The project's not done yet, but if they approve it, the money will be waiting once it's done. I can cut the check and then submit.
You don't have to go in order of the storms as they
Oh,
happen.
no.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
May is gonna be a little bit because we have a lot of mitigation coming in.
Got 3 going, right?
2 Decembers in the May.
Yeah. And we put all our mitigation in the May storm, so this May storm, here comes your big fixes on those roads. So that's a little more money to it, so we'll see how that goes, but it looks pretty good, except for Arnie going to get more
There's a
decibels.
light at the end of the tunnel?
There is. When I saw that first one kicked off and actually saw approved, I was like, there's one down. So it just takes a little bit, but hopefully it's coming. Update on the fire station grant. I got a person today, and was I happy? We have been months trying to get a login. And I didn't let this person go all day. She emailed me and emailed me everything under the sun that she wanted, because our regular coordinator is out, even though they have the stuff over and over again. When you're working with the federal government, I guess you just give them what they need. So emailed all day, and at the end, I think they had everything, so I'm waiting, hopefully in the morning,
So you still didn't get your
to
login?
get a login. Oh, no, they need, yeah. It's a lot to do. But once I get that, I'm hoping it's as simple of just requesting the funds at that point. But we did get a person's face, which was a huge sign, because we haven't had them for a while. So that is that. Madison decided she was gonna do a little painting in the office, because she thinks the piano looks old and we had paint here, so that is happening. And what really worried me is We just sanded it, now it can walk. We vacuumed it up and off of it. But, just to let you know, I have, the paint fell off. I would say the panel was varnished at some point,
Oh.
what I would think.
Okay.
That looks like.
Sprucing up the office.
There is probably something else, but that's all I can think of right now.
Questions?
Oh, yes, they are, I got an email from the auditors, and I couldn't open it. So it went into Microsoft password or something, and I was like, wow, I don't have that account. So I sent it off to Kim, and in the meantime, Kim got the same one I got. So when I go into Kim's office, she's like, I can't open that. And I was like, I can't open it. So she sent an email to the auditor, and so did I, and it didn't come from the auditor. So I'm not sure what that is. That does worry me. I can't tell, I don't know if she's been hacked, because it's not like it's from the audit firm, it's a specific auditor that actually is working with Kim and I. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. We couldn't get in and see anything, because I didn't have an account to get in.
What's a good thing?
And I'm not gonna set up an account to get it like that, but I just wanted to make you aware of that. And I had given you guys a copy of complaints that I received. And you guys can, they're just for your review. I
Yes.
told them I would give it to the board, so.
I have one more letter I need to make copies of.
Okay. So I just wanted to,
Is that in your truck?
Yeah, that's the one I went.
I mean, you guys can discuss it at a later date or something, I just wanted to, this gentleman wanted to make sure that I gave it to you guys, so. That's it.
Questions? Thank you. Number 5 is sewer abatement.
We have a sewer abatement for Grace Carrero, $50, and Mitchell Quint, $6.10.
Make a motion to sign the agreements.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Number 6 is appointments.
Yes, so A should not be me, because
Right.
that's the recycling, right? So I had Larry and Brenda,
Right.
right?
Yes, that is correct.
So there's Larry's. There's Brenda's.
So here a motion to appoint myself, Larry, and Brenda to the Henneck Valley Regional Waste Corporation Board.
Motion open.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
My name's
5-0. TV Cog General Assembly.
Okay, so this one is Sharon and I.
Motion to appoint Sharon and Tammy to the KB Cog General Assembly.
Make motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. First part, General Assembly, Tammy and Sharon.
Make a motion for first part, general assembly for Tammy and Sharon.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0.
4-0. I can't vote.
You go for it.
Go for it.
No, for
Now, I need to talk to Janice for planning board, so I didn't print them off. I need to
So we're holding
make
that
sure
one.
someone has actually been coming.
So we're holding off on the planning board.
Yep. And for the appeals board, I had Gary Anderson, Mark Campbell, and Alicia Rice. Did you forget you did that?
You slide it in there.
I did slide that in.
Make a motion for those three names on the planning board.
No, appeals board.
Appeals, sorry. Second it.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Number 7 is board policies. Policy to issue checks with only 2 signatures for payroll and state funds. And require the tax collector and treasurer to provide tax payments to the oldest outstanding tax.
Make a motion to accept the board policies.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion?
Why do we have to vote on this every year?
Because it's a yearly. All those in favor? 5-0. Any selectmen concerns?
Yeah, I want to thank the road commissioner for the prompt action of trees down on the Hossback Road and outstanding performance.
Thank you.
They were all repaired and pushed off the road and traffic went on and Madison and I got called within 15 minutes. It was amazing. Thank you, Art.
You gotta go and start some.
Not trying to get that GPS.
I didn't realize there was so many GPS coordinates different. Like my phone and my pictures, it only goes out 3 digits.
It just means it's closer, that's all.
So I have to make sure they got 5 digits.
The more the digits, the more accurate it is. That's all it is.
And there's certain apps we gotta have to do that.
Well, your phone should be able to switch. Or an app will definitely switch it, but I mean,
I think that's it.
a Garmin GPS will switch it automatically.
Yep. Yeah, I loaded the app into my phone.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Yes, there had been one time, I believe, a discussion on a generator for this building. What happened to that discussion? I don't remember. Didn't we discuss that once in
For this building?
the meeting? Yeah. For the whole thing.
I think we did almost say years ago.
It wasn't too many years ago. I mean, we've been
I think
talking
it's
about
probably
generators
almost
for
two.
the
I think it
past
was
2
something
years for all
since
the
last-
buildings. So I think this building, no, okay, so I think this building ought to have a generator. Power went out last week, I guess it was. And
Yes.
the office is down. I mean, you can't do anything, so, I think it needs to have something. And also for emergency reasons, when power goes out in an emergency,
Mhm.
this should have power to be able to be used for whatever, in addition to the fire station.
Yeah, there's a couple irate customers in here that they lost power here in the middle of a transaction of registering the
That
vehicle. so-
loses everything. But they probably lose it anyways, because once the power goes down, it's gonna take a second. She was right in the middle of a transaction.
No, all the computers can be put on battery backup.
Yeah, they are.
So you've got 10 seconds, maybe 15 in between power outage and power start up, the batteries on the, and if the battery's not good enough on the computers, then you can get extra
It is,
batteries,
yeah.
which are not very expensive.
So it shouldn't take a huge generator,
No.
just
No.
What size?
like
is yours?
houses have, or
Yeah,
Generac.
Generac 13K, yeah, just like I have on my house, and
Yeah.
run this place with no problem.
Yep, so can you look into that?
Yep.
You know?
You want it by grant?
If you could,
If you can.
absolutely.
You're good at it.
And you
Well,
have,
I'm just,
you have spare time, so.
I was gonna say.
I don't have
that.
spare time, but
I was gonna say that,
I-
but I thought that was,
I just think,
It's between three months.
residents will,
Well, they
Certainly.
certainly, when the power
They
goes
don't
out,
want
but then
to
they
pay
don't want
for
to pay up when give them a solution to the power outage.
certainly anytime there's a chance for this.
so I'll look for something first, and then if I can't find anything, then, okay.
What's that?
Yes.
Public session? Number 10.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?